All right. There you go. Good.
Testes.
Good.
Testes.
Good.
I could use a little more of me. I can barely hear me. I can hear you fine. Testes. 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 Chick. There we go. That got hot. Check. Testicules. Testicules 1, 2.
Yeah.
Check. Yeah, I'm definitely hot now.
There you go.
Check. There we go.
Too high?
Nope, I'm good now.
You're good now?
Yeah.
Good? All right, we're trying something different.
I'm good.
Different recording.
Hopefully we don't record for an hour and lose it all.
No, well, it says we're recording. So, fingers crossed.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah. I can't do it with headphones on. Welcome to the Buckhorn Podcast. I am Martelle, and with me always is Randy. What up, Randy?
What is going on, my friend?
Ketchup sucks.
Ketchup does not suck. You're wrong.
No. Ketchup is...
That's an opinion.
For fucking children.
Opinion.
Who are still in the yummy phase
First off,
of life
I don't think
and
children do that.
don't understand what good food is.
Opinion.
No, it's kind of a fact.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. The same thing with ranch dressing.
Nope.
Yeah.
Opinion.
No.
100% opinion.
No.
If Gordon Ramsay cooks with it, it can't be for children only.
Cooking with it and using it as a condiment side dish, a fucking side dish, are two different things.
I wouldn't call it a side dish.
I know people who will use that shit as a side dish and eat it with a spoon.
I may have done that before.
Okay, see? It's gross. It's gross.
That's an opinion. There's nothing wrong with ketchup.
I cook with it.
There's nothing wrong with using ketchup with fries.
I put it directly on top of the fries.
So you still use it?
Occasionally. I'd rather use barbecue sauce or salt and vinegar.
With fries?
Yeah.
I mean, I've used barbecue sauce with fries. That's fine.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with ketchup.
There is.
No, there ain't.
There is. The way that people use it.
You are a weird individual.
Yeah.
The way what people use it.
The way some people use it.
Probably me. Eggs, ketchup.
Gross. I used to do that when I was a kid.
Mac and cheese, ketchup.
Oh, God, no.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck no.
Yep. If it's a starch or a potato, you can put ketchup on it.
No.
Absolutely you can.
Oh, God, no.
Baked potato, throw some
oh,
ketchup
my God,
on it.
that's fucking disgusting.
Ah, it's good.
I bet you drink a jar of pickle juice, too.
It's good for cramps.
Ugh.
Do you eat pickles?
I eat pickles, but I ain't drinking the juice because all I can think of is Homie the Clown walking around with that goddamn pickle jar around his waist.
I don't know who that is.
His portable toilet.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, Homie, you don't know who Homie the Clown is?
You're about to Google it.
Yeah.
Putting it up on the big screen. Homie the Clown.
If I could spell today.
Clownamini. Oh.
Homie the Clown.
Oh, okay. I don't remember In Living Color that much. I remember watching
it. No, it wasn't Homie the Clown that did that. Shit, who was it? It was...
Why don't you just Google In Living Color pickle juice or pickle jar?
Yeah, I'm going to have to. It was the homeless guy. It was the same character, same actor, homeless guy.
I remember watching Living
Homie
Color.
the Clown hit people with a sock.
I was really young.
Let's see.
I like pickle juice. I mean, I don't just drink it to drink it, but if I get cramps or something, I'll drink some pickle juice. That's fine.
Just take some Midol. Get the sand out of your vagina.
No, I like it there. I like the friction. Helps me feel alive.
Wow. Wow.
Like that image? I know it's in your head right now.
God, I just think it's too...
And I'm in fat guy sweatpants too, so...
Huge labias rubbing together.
I look like I just walked out of Walmart.
Meat curtains just slapping back and forth. Salted meat curtains.
Oh, man, I have a feeling that's going to be the title of this episode.
Oh, it could be.
Would you put ketchup on salted meat curtains?
No. God, no.
I couldn't say it without laughing. I tried.
Just put hot sauce on that shit.
Frank's Red Hot.
Yep.
I put that ish on everything, including salted meat curtains.
Cholula.
Oh, man. Speaking of salted meat curtains, I went to a new restaurant Friday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Beth and I, Mom and Dad took the boys.
Okay.
Impromptu. And Beth goes, hey, because I told her for Valentine's Day, my gift to her was like, you can pick any restaurant you want to go to. I'll dress up. I don't care the price. And we'll go.
Okay.
Well, Mom and Dad took the boys. So once we found out they were going to keep them for the night, she goes, all right, where are we going? I said, well, it's your pick. So she started looking. She was like, well, people have said good things about Brew Brothers, but I don't want like a burger. I was like, well, we can go anywhere. But she wanted something new we hadn't tried. So in Chillicothe, she found a place called R Kitchen. Just the letter R, Kitchen.
Okay.
So we looked at the menu, and I'm seeing like crab cakes. The R stack, which is like a big old homemade meatloaf stack with these awesome sides. So I said, okay, let's go there. It looks good.
Yeah.
So we go down. I said, do you want to call? She's like, I don't want to make reservations and have to be there at a certain time. I was like, all right.
Okay.
You know, it's I knew about where it was at, and it's in like the historic part of downtown Chillicothe. So I knew it wasn't going to be a big place.
Right.
So I was like, well, we'll risk it. So we get down, half-hour wait. Cool, we can do that.
That's fine. That's not terrible.
No, we put our name in. We went to a boutique next door. She did some shopping, got her sister's birthday present and something, like a necklace and earrings for herself and stuff. And then we sit down to eat, and everything on the menu looks great. It's a nice place. It's got exposed brick walls, really cool looking. And we ended up both wanting some of the same things, so we thought, well, we'll each order one and split. So we got lump crab cake balls for an appetizer. And they come out and it's like these two giant crab balls.
Crab testicles.
Yeah. And it had this slaw in between it, but instead of like a sweet or a tangy mayonnaise-based sauce, it had like a zesty, tangy, spicier based sauce. Like, I think you would love it. And being the connoisseur you are.
Yeah.
It was a different take on slaw, and I really liked it. Neither one of us liked slaw, really. And then I got a Chilean something sea bass with some kind of a butter sauce on a bed of sticky rice with some kind of cooked asparagus. And she got filet mignon medallions, 2 little medallion steaks with fries, which came with ketchup.
Okay.
On the side. And she wanted mac and cheese. The mac and cheese was all right. Everything else blew our minds. The sea bass was some of the best fish I've ever eaten in my life.
Sea bass is really good.
It was so good. And as soon as I put my fork in it, like, you know, a nice white fish will just kind of like break off and flake off.
Yeah.
This did that, but it stayed together. Like the piece I tore off stayed together, and it was so moist. When I put it in my mouth.
What was it?
Moist.
Okay.
So juicy and moist in my mouth. And it just melted. It was so good. And then
like meat curtains?
Yeah. Yeah, just like a good, tender, juicy meat curtains. And then for dessert, we got a bourbon vanilla creme brulee.
Oh, that's
and it was actually made properly and cooked right. It was so good. I highly recommend going there. But yeah, so I don't know what we were talking about or what made me think of that, but you guys should try it. You'd love it, being a foodie.
Yeah, there's some other places I saw. I think did you post that on Facebook the other day?
I posted about us going there Friday. Yeah.
So I saw that, and I contemplated saying something to Liz, and I'm like, yeah, we're still doing this challenge thing, which
go after the challenge so you can like get whatever you want.
It's over. This is
and
the
they've
last
got a
week.
full bar there, so like you want to be able to go and relax.
Yeah,
and
I need to relax, but this will be the last. This is the last week for the challenge.
How you doing?
So I haven't weighed myself. Well, I take it back.
Have you cheated at all? Have you lost any points?
Yes.
Okay, what did you lose points on?
2 points.
4?
The first one was
vegetables.
Vegetables. I got tied up in research, and I say research, but just looking into stuff and in general surfing the web for dumb shit. The second one was for Valentine's Day. Liz and I did have it the day that we recorded. I'm like, I can't drink, and Liz is like, I'm having a glass of wine. You're having a glass of wine with me, and I'm like, if I had known that,
yeah, because you could have just drank and lost.
Yeah,
we could have drank on the show.
We could have.
You could have drank all day and lost 1 point.
Yep. So I had 2 glasses of wine. Then I was like, fuck it, 2 glasses of whiskey after this.
Might as well.
Might as well.
So you've lost 2 points the whole challenge.
So 2 points the whole challenge.
Pretty good.
2 points of the whole challenge, which is what I lost last time.
Yep.
2 points the whole challenge. I feel a hell of a lot better. I know I've lost a bunch. I don't know how much weight, but I know I've lost weight because I have to put
You look thinner in the midsection.
Yeah. This time around,
I feel like you've lost some weight.
I'm going to have to put a hole in my fucking belt or buy another belt, but I like this belt.
See, when I buy belts, I buy ones that have holes literally from one end to the other.
Well,
so no matter what I gain or lose, I can adjust. And I bought, like last time I did it, I bought 2 of the same belt.
Well, so
if one goes bad, I've got one ready.
I have another one that's exactly like this. So this is a 38. The belt on this is a 38. I have another one that's a 36.
Oh, there you go.
So I just need to swap out
just swap belts.
But, so I saw the other, hold on. We're going to jump back. Anton Jackson. That's the dude's name. That's the character's name.
Oh, for the pickle jar.
We're
back on the pickle jar. So here he is. I don't remember him at all.
You don't remember this?
Dude, I was so young.
Yes, the Pavement Broadcast System proudly presents a new
we're not going to watch all 5 minutes of this, but
home improvement show. My name is Anton.
No, your name is Major Payne.
Major Payne
and a million other things.
White Chicks.
Right. No, White Chicks. Was he in White Chicks?
I think so.
I know Marlon and
no,
maybe not.
I mean, it's one of the Wayans brothers. There's 57 of them.
So gross.
That's funny. Where's the pickle jar?
That's what I'm trying to find it.
Does he actually have it in every skid, or?
Yeah.
My hammer.
Okay. Pulling stuff out of his tool belt.
I think.
Hold on. I think he was just about. Yeah, I was gonna say. I think he.
Measuring tape.
His measuring tape is the rope holding up his pants, and there goes pants.
Oh, that's the extension cord. Let's just use the rope for now. Last but not least, I need my screwdriver.
Bottle of screwdriver.
I was going to say, it looks like one of the little MD 2020.
And then we cut the hole.
That was pretty funny.
And now let's add on a new room. Now, in order to bond this, we're going to have to use an all-natural adhesive.
He hits his nose. Oh, he is digging in there. That's funny. I'm going to have to find full episodes and go back and rewatch this show because I was so young.
Here we go.
Oh, the plumbing.
I'm hoping this is it.
I'm going to get the bathroom.
I'm going to get the bathroom, he says.
There it is.
It's a giant pickle jar with one pickle in it.
So we'll just set that there right there. Wait.
So to
toilet paper
specify, I will drink pickle juice anytime. That's not an issue. I would not drink from a homeless guy's pickle jar.
Over, they don't have to steal your bathroom.
It is. When I think of people drinking pickle juice, that's.
You think of people drinking
I get
defecation, feces, and urination.
Yeah, I get that.
That's a you problem.
Hey, and you guys were able to actually hear that this time.
Yeah, we're doing it. Well, hopefully.
Tried something different with this setup. But anyway, so yeah, Anton Jackson is the character, just so people don't at me.
You wouldn't care if they do.
I know. I wouldn't give a shit. Anyway, yeah, so the other day, Lexi and I went out. Like, we ran out to get some stuff. I bought some more Funko Pops. And her and I had 3 stops to make. I got
Mr. Rourke?
Mr. Rourke from Fantasy Island.
Never seen it.
Is the boss, is the little...
I know who he is,
okay.
but, like, I don't know the...
He had the little assistant that
Yeah.
would go, they're playing.
Yeah. Like I saw it years ago. I remember parts of it.
Josh Baskins from the movie Big. So Tom Hanks from the movie
Oh,
Big.
yeah.
And Chuck Nolan from Castaway.
Yep.
Which is Tom Hanks as well.
I see it.
So.
Awesome.
I like them. I'm buying ones I like. I'm not looking for.
Right.
There's people that buy and trade these things because some of them they're worth a couple $100, couple $1,000.
Right. Yeah.
I'm
me,
buying what I like.
It reminds me of Beanie Babies.
Yeah.
All
Kinda.
over again. Like certain ones are worth a lot of money, and
it is, and it's been going on for years, and I've been putting it off because I'm like, I'm not spending it, and then finally I'm just like, I'll buy it. It's decoration.
There's a couple I wouldn't mind having, but I'm like, I'm not going to go.
Like those are.
I'm not buying and flipping and
those are
all that.
Basically all things from my childhood at this point.
Right. Yeah. There's definitely a theme going.
Yeah, it's stuff from childhood.
It's stuff from the 80s and 90s.
Yeah. Yeah. So there'll be a continuous theme. There'll be like there's a couple that there's some music ones that I want. Like there's one of Notorious B.I.G., a couple of Notorious B.I.G. and Tupac and Ice Cube.
I'd be interested in a lot of musical ones.
There's one for AC/DC that's pretty cool. So I'm just picking up the ones, but I'm not willing to spend a shitload of money. Like that Josh Baskins one, that was $2.70.
Yeah.
It was on
not?
clearance at Target. So I'm like, screw it. I'll buy it. Whatever. Same with the Chuck Nolan one. Those were both like $2.70. Like that's
Tom Hanks Funko Pops are not in high demand right now.
No, but that's all right. I'm fine with it.
What if they got a Forrest Gump one?
I don't know.
I bet that would be worth more.
Maybe. Well, it depends.
Google it.
It's on limited. I'll look it up on my phone. That's faster that way. It depends on the limited, how exclusive it is. It's a whole weird thing that I'm kind of getting into. Let's see, Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump. Oh, there is. Forrest Gump Ping Pong. Forrest Gump Ping Pong. Forrest Gump in a uniform with chocolates, with a beard running. Yeah. So they're there.
There you go.
They're all
How
about
much are they though?
$8.
Okay.
If they're still available, I didn't check.
So
to see the availability.
roughly four times the price.
Yeah.
But still affordable.
Well, most of them run between $8 and $12 for a Funko Pop anyway. But those two just happen to be on sale. So, but anyway, yeah. So Lexi and I went out. To
By the
pick
way,
some
when
stuff.
I walked in today,
Yeah.
I don't see Lexi every week when I'm here.
Well, no, it's usually because she's still sleeping.
She's in her room. She might be in the family room sitting down on the couch, but I don't pay attention. You know what I'm saying?
She
Or
lost
she might
her
be
phone
gone
again. So
Did she? But I walked in today and she's standing in the kitchen and she's as tall as you almost. And
Yeah,
I was like, holy crap, she grew up in
she's super tall.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
she looked way older all of a sudden.
She's
last summer she looked like she was 12. Now she looks like she's 19.
Yeah, she's 5'7",
Jeez.
and I think she's going to end up being about 5'9", 5'10".
Say she's tall.
She's stupid fucking tall. But so yeah, we go out and I've got we're going to. Where did we go first? I'm trying to think. We went to Walmart first.
Okay.
And I fucking hate Walmart. I absolutely hate everything about going to Walmart.
I'm with you. It's an unfortunate thing that there's so much stuff at Walmart that's so convenient to get, and I hate that I have to go there to get it.
Yeah. Well, I went because I just wanted to see what they have as far as Funko Pops went. That is literally why I went out for the most part. Lexi needed something too, but so we get out of the truck and we start walking up to the store. And Lexi's got her mask on, and it's on her ears but under her chin. We're not in the store yet. We're in the parking lot.
Okay.
We're still 200 feet from the store.
Not near anybody.
Not near anybody.
Big whoop.
Woman yells at us. I don't even have mine on. Mine's in my hand.
Okay.
And she's like, put your mask on. I'm like, what? And Lexi's like, she goes, the lady over there. And I was like, shut up. So we're walking now. She's like, you need to put a mask on. And I'm like, I'm not doing this shit today. So I put my mask on as I'm before, you get across the parking lot to go through the doors.
Yeah.
I'm going across the crosswalk and I put it on. I walk inside and, we go in, we get our stuff done. We come out, we hop in the truck and we head to, where was it we went next? Trying to remember. Oh, we went to Target.
Target.
We get to Target. We're over there, and Lexi gets out of the truck. She does the same thing. Under her chin.
Please tell me the same woman yelled at you.
Same fucking woman.
Shut up. I was totally
Swear
kidding.
to God.
Yes.
Same woman. She's like, you need to... I'm just like, oh, my God. Lexi's like, what's her problem? I'm like, I said, bitch is standing on her high horse. I said, needs to get off her soapbox. And she's like, and then she yells at me again, put a mask on. I'm like, fuck you.
Fornicate you.
So we go inside, and that's where I get the Josh Baskins and the 3 Funko Pops. And I never saw the woman go into the store, and I never saw her come out of the store.
She's just going to
the
parking lot monitoring people. She was probably followed you.
And I'm just like, what the fuck? So then we have to go over to Kroger. Like, I need to get gas, and I go over to get gas and pump gas, and we go park to go pick up some stuff in the store. That fucking bitch was there again.
Shut up.
I swear to God. Put a mask on!
She had to be following you.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So finally, we come out, and she's sitting in her car, and she was parked like 3 cars from us. She was yelling from out of her car. Yelling from out of her fucking car.
I would have probably been belligerent at that point and done something really
If you
dumb.
believed anything that I just said, you're a moron. None of that happened.
Good storytelling.
I tried.
Good job. Usually I pull those on you.
I know.
I was just rolling with the punches.
Well,
Because honestly,
I've seen it happen.
Especially this day and age, that wouldn't surprise me. Beth got yelled at. Well, we went over it last summer, fall. She got yelled at for wearing a mask.
That's the dumbest thing, too. So, basically, the point is, don't fucking yell at people for... I'm not in the store yet. I'm not going to put the mask on until I get to the store.
Did you get yelled?
No, I didn't get yelled at all.
Not once?
Nope. Oh. People know better.
Good job. People just see you like...
They're like...
not that guy. Especially if you do the bandana thing.
That guy looks fucking homeless.
Your hair getting longer is working for you.
You know what?
When I came in today, my first thought was like, he looks like an older, tough, grizzled, like veteran.
Yeah.
That definitely owns a motorcycle.
So that's not the first time that someone... I used to get asked all the time. Like, we were down in Florida, and we were staying at Disney, and I was waiting on... I think I was waiting on Jose and Sarah in the parking lot because they had our tickets. Like, they had my ticket. Lexi and the girls had already gone in, gone through security. And this guy walks up and he's like, "Excuse me, do you serve in the military?" I said, "No, sir, did not." "Are you sure?"
Let me check. Let me check my life.
I just kind of looked around. I'm like, pretty sure.
Like, I feel like that's something I would remember.
And he goes, "You just have this way about you, the way you're just standing here that, you know, you served." And I'm like,
"You do. You've got a look about you."
And I'm like, "No, sir, I did not." I said, my sister and my brother-in-law did. I said, "If you want to thank them, or if that's what, you know, just hang out for a minute. They'll be here shortly." No. I just, you know, was walking by. He goes, "I tell you what," he goes, "I got a stack of fast passes." He goes, "You can have them."
Oh, there you go.
I'm like, "Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you." He goes, "And tell your brother-in-law and your sister that I said thank you for them." I'm like, "Cool." He gave me like a stack of 20 fast passes, like universal fast passes.
There
it's
you
like,
go.
Holy shit. I didn't think they were real because they were written on almost like a diner's like menu. Like, you know how the waitresses come up and they were written on that. And you just walk up and you just hand them that, and it's the same as getting a printed fast pass that you would get it, you know, from the machine. And Jose's like, "Where the hell did you get all these?" I'm like, "Oh, some guy thought I was in the military."
Yeah.
And he's like, he goes, "Stolen I'm like, no.
Like, pump the brakes.
Like, whoa. No.
Hopefully he knows you better than
he
that.
does. Well, this is the same guy that had me act like I
just
was
busting your balls.
Yeah, this is the same guy that had me act like I was a commanding officer when he was doing drill one weekend to freak everybody out.
That's
just
pretty funny.
Walk. He's like, you have free reign to walk anywhere you want. He goes, "Don't talk to anybody and just kind of be an asshole."
That's funny.
Done.
Kind of just be yourself.
Yeah.
Easy to do.
So
you do it right now with the beard and the long hair. You kind of got that operator look about you.
A little bit.
You know, it's in the way you're built. I mean, you're athletic. You stay in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
You lift. You do all the rowing, the running.
I wish I was a little bigger though. Like, just
why?
I don't know. Not fatter, just
No, I know what you mean. Bulkier.
Yeah, bulkier, little, not even so much bulkier. Just
here's the thing, though. Like my dad, I always looked at him and was like, he's kind of got the farmer look on him. Like his arms are never defined. He's never had a six pack.
yeah,
But when I was a teenager at 320 pounds, he'd pick me up and throw me on the couch. Like he just stupid. He had that farm boy strength.
It's farm boy strength.
You don't need tone and definition.
No, I know that.
And now, granted, being the fact that I've been fat and then lost a ton of weight and put it all back on, I get that there are certain ways we like to see ourselves look.
Yeah.
And I also understand that the way we see ourselves, even in the mirror, is far different than how others see us.
Right. No,
So,
yeah,
I get it.
I get that. Yeah, so I just wish arms were a little bigger. Like they're not going to get bigger than what they are.
Yeah.
I mean, unless I dedicate
everything to
it, and I'm not going to do that. I like food.
You got to make it. You got to make it your life.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. So,
like 9 small meals a day at a certain time, and
yeah, I'm not doing all that.
It's like a resume.
Regiment.
It's a resume.
Regimen
that you have to follow.
Yeah, I'm not doing all that. Like it doesn't appeal to me to do all that.
Yeah, I got to the point where I was just finally tired of, like, everybody says, well, just, eat less and work out.
It doesn't work that way.
I lost 180 pounds before. I know what I need to do it again.
Yeah.
And everybody, you're the one person that totally gets it.
Get a treadmill.
Because everybody that talks to you is like, well, you said before, somebody said, hey, if you talk to Randy about working out with you or losing weight, and you're like, he's got to want it.
Yeah.
If I don't want it, it don't matter what other people say.
Right.
Because obviously I don't put a lot of stock in what other people think about me or what they say to me. If I don't respect them, especially, or if I don't know them, I don't care. Yeah, treadmill. So I did. Well, we almost bought one.
As I say, I did see you asked about one on Facebook.
Yeah, Beth and I were talking about getting one, and we look back and forth about buying used ones, and I don't want to spend $3,000 on a treadmill.
Oh, I don't blame you.
I don't want one of those bikes that makes you sit in a class with everybody else, or a treadmill that like makes you has a 19-inch monitor, makes it look like you're climbing Mount Everest or whatever, or running through the Everglades. Like, I don't care about that. I just need to be moving.
Yeah,
set it at 2.5.
That's all you need.
3 miles an hour. Let me walk. That's how I started last time and lost 180 pounds.
Yeah,
I've just got to be moving. So yeah, I put it on Facebook, and a buddy said, "Hey, I'll give you one. Come get it." So next weekend, we're going to get it.
I thought as much as Garrett irritates me, his response was the best response.
It was funny.
I've got a sidewalk out front. Y'all can borrow.
I almost went too far because I've been to his house several times. I showed him how to install a hot water tank when his went out last fall. I drove up there, took my time to help him out. He's been a good friend of mine for years. And
so good that he left the podcast.
He kind of never started it. But yeah, I wanted to make so many jokes about his neighborhood and all, because he lives up in like Reynoldsburg.
Oh, I know where he lives. That's a shitty area.
Yeah, and they just got to where that they were doing a like rent to own thing on that house.
Yeah,
and they just finalized where they're like buying it now.
Yeah, like, he's on the verge of living in a shooting area.
Yeah, so I always
shots fired
when I drive by. So if I go to our Blacklick branch, I'll often take that way home and go past his house just so I can record myself like flipping it off and yelling or something, and I send it to him. He's all the time, he's like, hey, go back and stop and let my dogs out or something. I'm like, heck no, dude, I ain't getting out in that neighborhood.
Get shot. Almost get shot. Close enough.
But yeah, it was a funny response. But that's why I just put gross.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
I've seen your sidewalk, gross.
No.
But yeah, so we're getting a treadmill, and I got to do something.
Got to use it.
I don't need to be running marathons.
No.
I don't need to be, but so it's going down in the basement. Going to plug it in, put my phone on there on some show or something.
You
and
should
just
ask
start
GW
walking.
to help you put it down there too.
He probably would. Okay. I think my dad and brother are going to help me, but
okay, don't ask me.
Oh, no, I wouldn't ask
fucking
you.
heavy.
You don't own a truck. Well, not a truck with a bed. You own a SUV
and a trailer.
Oh, you do have a trailer.
I do have a trailer.
So,
no, I'm kidding. If you needed help, I'd help you.
I know you would.
It's just super fucking heavy.
That's why I asked the guy, my buddy, I was like, what kind is it? And he was at work or something. He's like, I don't know. I think it's like a Reebok or something. I was like, Reebok makes treadmills? I don't know. Oh. But because I was trying to figure out the dimensions and the weight. Yeah. I've got the room for it. But, yeah, so I recruited Dad and Kevin. And
nice.
We'll get it there, get down the basement, and Just got to start moving.
That's awesome.
Got to start with the waddle, and then you build up to a walk, and
yeah, you'll get it. You'll get it. You'll get back there. I have faith in you.
I did it before.
You can do it again.
I got down to 268 was my lowest. Which was when I was like almost in a 1X shirt, and I still weigh 268 pounds. That's why like people are like, yeah, I'm 6'1", and other people are like, I'm 6'1", and in high school I weighed 145. I was like, I'm 6'1".
Pencil.
I'm 6'1", and at my lowest, when the militaries are like, yeah, you're about ready to enlist, I was 268.
Ugh.
I am dense.
Yeah.
My organs are heavy. Well, they actually did a test on me because my weight was so high, and because the weight for most branches, like the Marines, was like 195.
Yeah.
The others were like 205 to 208. And I was up at like 280 when I first started talking to recruiters. And so, like, I'd go in, teach in Krav, could do CrossFit, could pass any of the PT requirements already. But my weight was so high. So they did that thing where they did all these evaluations and weighing me. And they're like, so my organs and bones alone weighed like 240 something.
Jesus.
And according to the military chart for my height, I was supposed to be at like 195 to 208 or something. I was like, I would literally have to lose organs to get that low.
You want to do an appendectomy?
And, right. Like,
I don't need both kidneys, right?
Do I need both lungs to be able to run?
Jesus.
So yeah, they were like, you're never going to hit 195. So I think it was like, I was at 268 and the guy, because I wanted to go Navy, because my plan was to go EOD, and Navy EOD is the only one that you're like basically guaranteed to go to dive school too.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to do that. So I talked to the Navy, and he was like, if you lose about 8 to 10 more pounds, I can probably get you in. So I was really close. Then God had other plans.
That's all right. So, switching topics, what you sipping on over there?
I don't know.
It
came out of a lead bottle.
Yeah.
with painter's tape on it.
Yeah, that's called the Bye Whiskey and Rye. Actually, we did. I take it back.
Miss Whiskey and Rye.
It's not Whiskey and Rye. It's Weeded and Rye. Sorry, the song was going through. Bye Weeded and Rye.
I like it.
So it is nothing but wheat and rye whiskeys mixed, about 1 ounce ish from every past bottle that I've had.
So it's all weeded and all rye whiskeys.
It's all ryes.
Yeah, I've been sipping on it slowly.
Yep.
And enjoying it.
You taste the lead?
I do. The lead gives it a very, very nice
graphic
coating.
Graphic.
On your
graphite.
Graphic. Very graphic-y taste.
Very graphite.
High graphic taste.
Yeah.
I have been sipping on it, not really thinking about it because it's super smooth.
It is really good. Like, I'm super surprised by what that is.
I like it. I wish you could make this, like a full bottle of this and give it to me.
I wish I could make a full bottle of it too. Let's see. Let me see if I can figure out where that's at, and I can tell you exactly what's in it.
Yeah, I really do like it. I don't know the proof. I don't know what all's in it, but especially I let it sit and chill for about 2 or 3 minutes before I took a sip. It is beautiful. I would this one, if I could just buy 10 bottles of this, that'd be all I need. I'd just save that as my style. Like keep that on hand.
So that's kind of the nice thing about the Infinity bottle. So here's what's in it. Actually, there is one thing that is not a wheat or a rye, but shouldn't affect it. So it's 4 ounces of 107. This was all done back in October. 4 ounces of 107, 4 ounces of Monkey Shoulder, 2 ounces of Whistle Pig 10-year, and 2 ounces of Virgil Cane Robert Baron Rye.
All good things.
All good things.
I love all of those. So that makes sense.
Now, the Monkey Shoulder isn't necessarily needed. That's a blended scotch, so it is changing that flavor profile slightly.
But whatever is in here, I like.
Yeah.
I like this blend very well.
Well, I wouldn't put things into an Infinity bottle I didn't like.
Right, I know that.
So I think the next step is to I'm going to make another Infinity bottle. I'm going to finish this one off. I'm going to get a different bottle because that decanter. It's from the 60s and
Folks,
70s.
he poured it for me and then goes, "Here, let me know if this tastes like lead because I don't know if this is crystal or lead glass or
now,
what."
Hold on. Now, to be fair, I have drank out of this. I've done. This is the second Infinity bottle I've done in that. So,
you're fine then. Just keep using it.
But you don't know if you have lead poisoning for a while. So I guess find out in about 20 years.
If Martelle gets a new co-host in 2 years.
20 years.
20? Dude, if I make it 20 years and lead poisoning gets me, I'm good with that.
Yeah. So
I'm 37. If I make it to 57 at this point, I've
hip
done all
hooray.
right.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to switch up the bottle. I may buy another decanter because I have like these beautiful old decanters. Like that one is this. It's tapered down to the base.
You've got a nice collection of just decanters.
Yeah, and then I have another.
I like
one
the car one.
Well, that one I'll never open.
I know. But like I'm saying, you've got a good collection, but I would be afraid to drink out of some of those.
Yeah. Well, that one, the car one I drink out of, it was given to me as a gift.
Right.
From Liz's grandfather. So I'm just like, I'm not going to drink out of that. I'm not going to drink that. He never opened any of them. He had the whole collection.
That's crazy.
And never drank out of it.
I wonder if you had the whole collection unopened right now, what that would be worth.
$500.
Nah, I think more.
I don't know that I honestly don't know that decanter is only about $80.
I guess it depends. Well, again though, one horsey cork, the whole collection of horsey corks,
I know.
people pay for those, which is ridiculous.
They do.
So to the right collector, I bet if you had the whole collection all unopened, I bet you could pull a few grand.
I can't even remember who the maker of that was.
I don't know.
If that wasn't Jack, I don't know.
It was Jim Beam, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was Jim Beam.
I was gonna say, I thought it was Jim Beam.
Let's see if I can find that real quick. But I think I'm gonna buy some
like a decanter or two.
Yeah,
something modern,
something a little more modern. I have that round decanter that it's got grooves in it all the way down, and the top is the same. The problem is I don't have corks for them. Like the cork that's on that current decanter that I'm using is one that I literally had to make. I had to drill out a wine cork to get it to fit. I had to find a wine cork that was big enough that I could do that with.
I'll bet if you look through your collection of corks from whiskey and bourbon bottles, you'd find one to fit. I
did that with the other one, with the round one.
Yeah.
I had to find an even, because the mouth of that one's even bigger than the mouth of the one I'm currently using.
The lead poisoning one?
Yeah, so I ended up using a cork from a 1792 bottle.
Oh, yeah.
Because they have the really big opening.
Yep.
That's the only one that would work.
I just recently bought a 1792. I know exactly what you're talking about. Those are large ones, too.
Yeah. So that's the only thing that I could find that fit.
Yeah, there aren't many that size, so that makes sense. Oh. While you're looking that up, so earlier I was on my phone trying to look at, I put in Tom Hanks Funko Pops instead of Forrest Gump Funko Pops when we were talking about it. And the first image thing, or the shop thing came up was a Funko Pop lot. It was 6 Tom Hanks characters.
Okay.
The second thing was an eBay listing for a life-size Tom Hanks Forrest Gump wax resin statue.
Holy, why?
My God. It is Tom Hanks in the white suit sitting on a little stand. I assume that's just a stand they made, so I don't know if you get that or not, but it's him holding the box of chocolates and Forrest Gump. It is going for $15,900. It's like a wax museum type.
I want to get that. I want to put that on the deck.
It'd melt. You could do it in the summer, but how cool would that be to have in the studio?
Just have him sitting there, and be like,
especially if we sat around the giant square table, and you just had a seat there. People come to be on the show, and we just have wax Tom Hanks
with headphones on,
with headphones and a mic.
What do you think about that, Tom? Great.
Silence.
Yes, I know.
Totally agree. No, we have to
stupid
go
is
Forrest.
Stupid does.
Exactly. Life is like a box of chocolates. You are correct. Yes, Jenny did totally screw you over your entire life and then only call you back to raise your son.
Yes. Yeah.
After he was already born and you didn't know.
And you didn't know about him. And you were sitting 1 block away.
Hold on.
For 3 hours.
Hold on. Okay, so you know how it gives you other suggestions once you click on a link?
Yeah.
Guess who the next life-size science wax resin statue is? Stephen Hawking's complete with a wheelchair.
Oh, Jesus. That one someone's going to hell for.
Ooh, man.
No.
You can buy $16,000. It'll get you basically any statue. Whoa. Life-size Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and they have him up here with no clothes on.
Oh, fuck yes. Jesus.
Naked with just a bulge, but no definition.
So he's like a Ken doll.
He's like Ken doll with a healthy bulge there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
No, we don't need none of that in the studio. As cool as any of those would be to have in the studio.
Well, you definitely don't need Naked The Rock. What about Rambo?
No.
Not Naked Rambo.
Oh, maybe.
Regular Rambo. Sorry. I guess I should have specified. This one just says Victoria's Secret model.
So it's a real doll.
Victoria's Secret Angel wax resin statue realistic prop display. Somebody gonna buy that.
Someone's gonna fuck that.
I don't know which would creep me out more, is if I walked in and saw a Victoria's Secret Angel or naked Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Maybe both of them.
Both of them together. Or Stephen Hawking. That would freak me out if
Hawking.
If you set up the new studio in the basement, I walked down and saw Stephen Hawking there, that would freak me out.
That would freak me. Every time I walk down there, it would freak me out. So is this my car? Goddamn, eBay sucks. No, it's close. That's the Model A.
Yeah,
and that one's empty, and it's $35.
I'm betting if you had the whole collection of them.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. I don't know it would
closed,
be a couple grand. Honestly, I don't know that it would be a...
Like I said, it's got to go to the right collector. Or like a museum or something. Like somebody that has a... I don't know.
I don't know. I can't find it. Like, trying to find these things...
Well, I was going to say, I've noticed, because I bought some... I've got an old Jim Beam. Well, I've got an Old Crow Traveler's bottle. So it's a glass bottle with a big wooden top that just sits on it.
Yeah.
But a leather strap with a buckle goes around it to keep the lid on.
Yeah.
So you can throw it in your briefcase or suitcase, travel by train,
by plane.
Or automobile.
Yep.
And it not pop off. I got you. And then I've got an old Jim Beam decanter thing that I'm pretty sure is painted with lead paint. And it's so hard to find the value of this stuff.
Yeah, like I put in Jim Beam car decanters, and
if you know anything about old decanters or bottles, send us an email.
I'm not looking to sell this. I just
want to know the value of it.
The value of it. I am, however, looking for someone who has knowledge of vintage glass marbles.
Yeah, I saw that post. I was kind of not surprised at all because it's you, but curious.
I have 2 large bags of balls.
I started to burp while laughing. I thought you were just going to say, I've got 2 giant marbles. I was just going to be like, hey.
Nope.
Good for you.
Large bags of balls. No.
And they're old ones.
I have, for whatever reason, I don't know where they come from. I don't have any intrinsic, value to me. Like, there's nothing there. Nothing sentimental. My dad had them. I don't know. And he's just like, I got these marbles. I think I'm going to get rid of them. Well, he didn't. And now I have these marbles. So, and apparently there's a market for vintage glass marbles. Like, there are marbles that go for $200-$300.
Yeah. It's a niche market, but when it's one of those right buyer things.
Right. And I don't know.
Those people will pay.
I don't know what I have.
We've got coins, and apparently one of the coins that we have, Beth and I, my grandma and grandpa used to travel the world. They went to Israel, and they went to mission trips all over the world, and my grandma would always bring us back coins.
Yeah. From
different countries. Some modern, and just kind of cool to have, and some in little, packaging and all this, but some were pretty, things I've never seen or heard of, and I haven't been able to find value on. But one of the coins that Beth has is apparently a Roman coin from 200 BC or something.
Mesopotamia?
Forever ago, right? But I don't know where to take it. I haven't evaluated it, and I don't know who to trust.
So I will tell you that my grandfather had a coin collection. I honestly had no use for it. He gave it to me when I was 16, or no, I got it when I was 16. He had passed away by then. I got it when I was 16. I held on to it till about 4 years ago. I took it to you just need to find a reputable coin shop, and they can evaluate everything.
That's what we need to.
So I ended up taking the whole collection.
Because that Roman coin, we have no sentimental value to. There's no reason to hold it. It could be worth $1 million for all I know.
Yeah, I would just find a reputable coin shop that can give you a value on it. There's one right on Fair Avenue in Lancaster. It seems the two seem kind of sketchy, but
that's the thing. And here's the thing: I don't know. My problem is if you own a coin shop and you're one of those shops that buys and sells, you obviously want to make profit,
right?
So if you tell me it's worth $5,
Well,
you're going to turn around and sell it for $50.
that's where the internet comes
You know
in.
what I'm saying? Right. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just been tough. I've thought about taking it in time and again, and
you can ask them to appraise it and not sell it, and then take
Right.
that appraisal and go check the. I mean, that's essentially what I did. I told him, I had logged every coin that I had. I had a couple $100 in coins. I logged every one of them, wrote them all down, took pictures in sets. Took pictures and what they were in before I even went down there because I had to drop it off. There was no way that I was going to sit there and wait. And it took about 2 weeks.
if you had that many coins,
Yeah,
it took like one that I think's worth something, or it might be.
It took about 2 weeks. They went through everything, and there was he was like, "You've got pennies here." He goes, "You've got this stack of pennies is from 1971, and this stack of pennies." He's like, "I'll give you 1-to-1 for them." All right, cool, whatever. So he's like, but then he gave me an itemized, he set everything aside. And he's like, okay, this one, this is worth this, and I took all of that and brought it back home, looked at it, and then called him up and said, he's like, I'll give you this for everything. And then I'll do 1-to-1 on the 800 rolls of pennies you have.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, that's fine. So I ended up accepting it, and I walked away with about $5,000 worth of stuff off a couple $100 worth of coins.
Well, hey, that ain't bad.
So it wasn't terrible. So I figure I've got these marbles. I don't need them. I would much rather invest that money into something else. So
Bitcoin.
I'll probably end up buying some
go.
crypto
GameStop stock.
No, that train has left the station.
That train came and went fast. That was a bullet train.
Yeah, that train, now it's...
I did see where a young guy who made millions on that, he did it right, took it and started buying, what was he? He bought it something for all these underprivileged children and charities.
There's
and
a lot of people who are doing that. They were
really cool.
They were taking some of the earnings from that and buying switches for St. Jude's Hospital.
Yeah, it's really cool to see
doing
people
all
doing
that stuff.
See, those are the people I want to see make money on the stock market.
Yeah. Well, the little backstory for anybody who's been watching mainstream media and being told what's happening. What'd you find?
The whiskey ice sphere thing here.
It splits in the middle.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's held together by one little stem.
Yeah. I don't know why it does that either.
There it went.
It's one solid ball. You put it in the thing, you put the silicone
put it in there.
You put the silicone down, and it's one solid ball, but it always splits in the middle somewhere.
That's
for
funny.
some reason. But so for those that aren't aware, and they've been watching the stupid mainstream media and think that Robinhood is not in the wrong here, or think that Melvin Capital or any of these other shitheads, hedge funds out there, they're all fucked. They're all wrong. It's all a mess. So I kind of was watching this for a year ago when DFV on Reddit, his name is Deep Fucking Value on Reddit, his Keith Gill, sorry, his name's Keith Gill, had started calling out that GameStop was going to be a thing. This was last March. He was just looking at numbers, and basically what had happened was, and I'm not smart enough to understand any of this, it's just what I've read and what I've seen and what I've heard, that the market was completely oversold on GameStop. So if there's only 1 million shares that are available to purchase, there were actually 1,100,000 out there. So there's only actually 1 million available. They were well above, it was 20% above the actual amount out there, or maybe even more than that. So this all kicked off last March. Smash cut to December, January. GameStop goes through the roof, $480 a share, and
it went up to over 700 at one point.
No, it didn't max
I thought it
out.
was 720 or something.
No, it's 700%, but
maybe
not 700. It was $483,
where it was previously
$4.
But I thought it was even lower than that.
It was between.
I thought the lowest was $1.07 or something.
Between, it may have been, but between when this all kicked off in December, it was $4 to $6 a share. and it shot straight up to $480 over like a 3-day period. And it was basically they were trying to all the people that were shorting GameStop. So if these hedge funds had actually succeeded in shorting GameStop would have had to file bankruptcy.
Exactly.
And DFV,
which I'm also not upset if they do because
I shop GameStop.
Well, but back when you'd buy a game from them for $60, play it for a week and take it back, they'd be like, "We'll give you $4."
Yeah,
for
they're
it.
trading
trash
stuff. Sucks. Like
if you're just going to buy, okay, because it's retail, like you can get it the same price at Walmart. But their trade-in was a joke.
Their trade-in still a joke. Like,
and their used parts, like their used controllers, only being like $10. Like a new controller is $50. This previously used one's $44.99.
Yeah, just spend the extra $5.
Come on, like, I know you give somebody $3 for that.
I did go in and trade in some games that I couldn't get sold on Facebook Marketplace. Like that's I use them as a last resort.
Yeah, because you ain't gonna get crap.
No, because you ain't getting shit. I got $47 out of 4 games.
Crazy.
It's stupid, but they were all older PS4 games. I didn't really care. That's what bought most of the Funko Pops over there anyway. But so all of this, it all kicked off back in December, and they were trying to basically DFV was like, I like this stock. I'm seeing this thing here. This is happening. I'm going to invest. He's a CPA. So he's got licenses, and is it CPA or CFA? Whatever the license is he has. Like I said, I don't know shit about shit. So but then he got on. He didn't manipulate the market, but he has his own subreddit. Like it's called Deep Fucking Value. He was on Wall Street Bets. Like he's a member of Wall Street Bets, which is where all of this started.
Right.
But this is what they do. They say, hey, I think this is going to be a good thing to look into. Let's, they're not manipulating the market. They're sharing trading.
Yeah, they're just saying, I think this could work.
If you want
to jump on board, let's go.
So that's what he was doing. But he was doing that back in March. So it's not like it's something he was like, hey, all right, GameStop's going to go under if we don't. Let's fucking stick it to these guys. No, it was actually he had already invested a shitload of money into GameStop. It's not that he wanted to see his money get lost. He didn't want to see a company that he liked go under. He was up something crazy like $160 million at $480 a share.
I can't even imagine.
He lost. Well, he didn't lose anything at this point. He's still up. But when it dropped to whatever it is today, $40 or $60, he had to testify in front of Congress on Thursday or Friday. So did the CEO of Robinhood because they halted trading on GameStop.
Yeah.
Which
is bullcrap.
It's bullshit. They basically were like, well, we had to cover this and the $7 billion that
nothing
our
illegal
house
happened, and they still froze people out.
Yeah, they froze people out.
I know. I had guys that I know that tried to buy early, and they said, okay, it'll take 5 days to process, and you have to buy it at that price in 5 days.
Yep.
Whatever that may be.
Yeah,
because of the same reason.
That's manipulating the market.
Exactly.
Robinhood manipulated the market.
And several others. Robinhood was just the big one that kind of...
I mean, there were
They had employees quit over it.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're like, this is immoral. And Robinhood said, you're right. Here's a $40
here's lunch.
DoorDash card.
Yeah. Here's lunch. Lunch is
on us. It wasn't even lunch. It was a DoorDash card.
But it was... The whole thing is bullshit. Like, Robinhood, they manipulated the market. Because the minute they started shutting people out, the price started tanking.
Yeah.
I mean, I sat and stood right here and watched it.
I followed that more than I've ever followed anything about the stock market in my life.
I mean,
it was fascinating to me.
So then they tried to move. Well, let me jump back. So DFV and Vlad, his name is fucking Vlad.
The Impaler.
No, he's not an impaler. Maybe unless he's impaling cocks in his mouth.
Just keep going.
I'm just letting that sit for everybody so they can catch up.
Just keep going.
So he had to testify in front of Congress as well. Gills, DFV, they asked him questions. Boom, answer. Vlad get up there, and they're like, that's a great question. I'm glad you asked it. And someone, I think at one point, they were like, it's a yes or no question. He's like, I understand. He goes, but so when I was back in Bulgaria growing up, they're like, answer the question. Motherfucker could not answer the question that they asked him. Whatever the question was, like why they why they did this thing. Now, there were other places that did shut down as well because they're all using – now, it could be the clearinghouse that they have to use because a lot of them all use the same clearinghouse. Like Weeble stayed open as long as they could, but
those wobble, but they don't fall down.
They don't. They tried to stay open, but they got it. Basically, the clearinghouse was like, you don't have the funds to clear this.
That right there tells me everything I need to know
about stocks in the free market.
It's the free market.
It isn't. Not when it doesn't work the way you think it does.
Not only that, how our country functions to help the rich get richer and keep the quote unquote poor.
Well, and that's what
the middle income.
And that's what all this came down to. This
Yeah.
came down to the hedge funds versus the retail investor. You and I would be the retail investor.
Correct.
But even then, like, people were switching, like, well, shit, I can't put this here. So they started pushing Dogecoin.
Yep, saw that.
I jumped on that.
Yeah?
I did. I jumped on that when it was less than a cent or right around a cent the first time. And it shot up to 3 cents. And then Voyager, the crypto app that I use, went down. So I couldn't cash out at 8 cents. I was fucking fuming. Like, tweeting the partners at Voyager, the CEO, like, just verbally, what the fuck is going on? They were down for 12 hours.
Wow.
Because of and it's not their fault, but
it's their fault.
The structure, their server structure couldn't handle the influx of people coming in.
It's their fault.
It is their fault, but they weren't.
What that reminds me of, in layman's terms, is when places like Dublin grow so fast that the 2-lane backcountry roads, they don't put the infrastructure in before they start building the subdivisions.
Right.
So they bring in 30,000 new people,
and no one can get anywhere.
A place where there was only farmland before, all of a sudden has 30,000 people where it used to have 300 people.
See that now they could have
same thing.
It's the same thing, but what Voyager could have done is they're getting all these influx of people trying to get in and sign up. They could have just halted signups,
right?
And let the people that were trading actively trading
will not allow that because the more people they sign up, the more money.
Well, the problem is they lost so much fucking money in the 12 hours they were down. That they could have,
because they made a poor decision. I'm agreeing with everything.
They made a shitty decision. They could have, after being down for 2 hours, just put a halt on signups and reopened up to those users that are members already that are trying to trade until things cooled down. But they didn't do that. I was pissed. So I'm actually in the process of actively removing all of my shit from Voyager, even though I kind of make interest on shit that I hold there, but it isn't much, and it's not like I hold a ton of money. So losing the interest on my Bitcoin or my Ethereum and the other stuff that I hold isn't going to be detrimental. It's like I hold a 80th. Is it an 80th? 0.08 Bitcoin. Is it 80th? It's not an eighth. Because I used to hold a 10th because I sold off about $1,000 to buy something else. And I only get maybe like $1 a month off of that $5,000 that
you're better off just selling old coins and marbles.
Yeah, right. So, but I did end up making, when it came to the Doge, I did end up making about, because I only put like $50 in at the time, and I think I walked away with about $200 in total after I sold out.
That's not bad.
But then I bought back in again, made another $175, sold that off. And I haven't gone back to it since. But I did pick up some other stuff, some Bitcoin or BitTorrent. Remember BitTorrent?
Yeah,
they have a coin. They have a coin that I bought in at less than half a cent. Way less than, it was like way less. Not even like 0.0045 of a coin or of a cent. And I think I bought 132,000 of those for $75.
Nice.
So I'm sitting on those. I'm already up $200 on that shit. So I'm just going to let that ride. And then I'm focused more on ADA, which is Cardano, Atom, Algorand. They all are, you can stake them, which means You put them back up on the network.
You have me at stakes here.
Yes. You put them back up to the network, and you earn interest off of what you own. So it's more like a savings account. The interest rates are stupid high, like 4%, 7%, 9%. And you get that either out daily, every 3 days, or monthly. So that's kind of...
And there you have it.
Yeah. Fuck stocks.
I just realized I was following you the whole time. And I'm sitting here going, I don't care. Because I'm not smart enough to get into this.
It's how...
I like learning about it.
It's how I invest my money that...
I need to invest in something. Because right now, I have nothing growing.
Well, that's why I have my 401k.
So,
I had...
Well, yeah, I've got some kind of 401k thing. Retirement plan.
I have my 401k. I have my old 401k from Nationwide.
They're on your side.
Yeah, maybe. I actually had to take my pension out from Nationwide because I had a pension there as well. So I had a 401k and a pension.
You pulled your pension out?
I pulled my pension out.
How deep was your pension in Nationwide?
It was pretty deep. And then I've got the Bitcoin thing, which I just put it in and let it sit. I don't actively day trade it. I'm not trying to make $1 billion, but I will mess around with the smaller stuff like the Dogecoin and the BitTorrent, the BitTorrent. And
you like playing around with the small ones?
I like playing around with the small ones. They're much easier to handle.
They are,
especially when you put $50 in and you lose $50.
And they seem more grateful because they don't get attention a lot.
Sometimes,
yeah,
sometimes. But and then I got Funko Pops and. So that one.
True.
So speaking of the one that I have, speaking of investments, the Jam Master J.
Yeah,
I bought him. Well, depending on how you look at it, he was either $11 or free. He was released this year, and he's worth $33.
There you go.
The Funko Pop.
That was a buy two get one free.
No, it was buy three. They buy three get one free.
Okay, so
I bought 8.
If you call that your free one,
if I call that my free one,
then you got $33 full free.
So I've got about $160, I think, in Funko Pop sitting over there. Don't try to rob me. You will get shot in the face.
Why would I ever? If I was going to rob you,
not you.
Oh,
I mean, we have listeners that are questionable.
Well, yeah,
I'm sure because they're in Russia, they're in Japan. They're questionable. $146.
There you go.
In my collection, out of spending $20 in total. So, all right, that's all I got. I'm done.
I am spent. I'm ready for a nap.
Yeah,
but I have a birthday party to go to.
That sounds
cake.
Fucking hate cake.
Well, usually, so Beth's younger sister Kendra makes the cakes for these family birthday parties. It's Beth's youngest sister's birthday party.
Okay.
And she makes not the cheap birthday cake with the oily icing. She usually makes a cake, whatever somebody asks for, but it's usually a good
buttercream icing is the only ever icing that needs to ever be put on any other cake in this planet.
Not spice cake. German chocolate cake.
Butter frosting cake is the only
But for a birthday cake, yes. But hers are usually really good. But I think I'm going to skip the cake today anyway. Try to.
That's a good idea.
I'm kind of girthy here sitting in your chair. But her mom is making her meatloafs. So my mom makes a meatloaf.
Yeah.
Beth's mom makes a bunch of little meatloafs.
Oh, that's the way
and the flavor tastes the same between both my mom and hers, I think. So her mom's making these meatloafs that I love, so I'm looking forward to it.
You know what? I want to smoke a meatloaf.
Like Derek did?
Yeah.
Meet Derek?
Yeah. I'd been thinking about that, and then he went and did it. I was like, damn it.
Yeah, he smoked a bunch. I wanted to go up to Combustion last Friday to get some of it, but I worked from home. Or I got home I was working at Rickenbacker, got home, and then finished out working from home, and I'm studying for another certification. And Beth was like, hey, I'm going to pick up dinner on the way home. So I was like, I'm just going to stay here.
Can you run to Combustion and get dinner then?
I thought about it, but it was too far out of the way.
I don't know that Combustion to go get Smokeout Barbecue is ever out of the way.
I don't disagree. But I wasn't going. I was in one of those moods where I was already changing to shorts in my recliner with my laptop on my lap. Do I get up, get dressed, go out in the cold again, drive up there, and I just wasn't feeling it.
I get it.
And then afterwards, they were like, "Yep, we sold out." And I was like, "I should have went."
You should have went.
So, but I was just in one of those moods.
The only shots you miss are the ones you don't take.
That's right. But I didn't miss.
I guess.
That's the silver lining. I don't take a lot of shots.
Yeah. So the basement planning is coming along.
Good.
Just as our new studio. I'm trying to figure things out to
get it done.
I'm waiting until spring. I'm not starting on now. I have shit that I have to move out to the shed, and shit that's in the shed needs to come downstairs.
Yeah. And it's nasty out.
And it's gross. It's so bad that Diesel won't even walk out in the yard. He's just been shitting in the driveway, and it's driving me insane.
I've noticed a bunch of pee spots in the driveway, too, on the snow.
He's just too old his hips are not enjoying that.
Not at all.
So, all right, that's the show.
There it is.
Like, share, subscribe. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Insta, Google, Tweetstagram.
That's it.
I don't know. My stomach's kind of rumbling now. I may have to poop again.
You better hold it till you get home. Peace.
Later.